makes me want to have a bowl. And we drive on because in another headline from Ireland again, a decision to overturn permission for injection centres in Dublin will cost lives. And that's a headline that was put up there on the Dublin, which one was it actually? I just want to give a plug there to the article that this was in. Oh no, I'm after closing it. But anyhow, oh yeah, here it is, Independent. It was in the Independent but it says the latest delay for plans for a permanent injection facility in Dublin city centre will cost lives, it has been claimed. And this is after the High Court last week set aside permission granted by An Bord Pleanála for provision of a medically supervised injection centre at the Riverbank building on Merchants Quay after a judicial review proceedings taken by a local school. And in a statement, Merchants Quay Ireland said it would be considering the judgment with its legal team. We remain committed to the opening of a medically supervised injection facility as part of a health-led approach to addiction. There is a clear need for this facility. These services save lives. And local Green Party representatives insisted that a medically supervised facility would offer a safe, secure space for people injecting heroin, and warned that the court decision to overturn approval would cost lives. And Dublin South Central TD Patrick Costello said centres were proven to reduce overdoses and can help stop the spread of needle-related diseases. We are awaiting details in the court judgment, but the urgent need for the centre has not gone away. He said, whatever issues there are with this case, we need to work them out and ensure that this centre is operating as soon as possible. So again, and it's given a number of other quotes there from many other TDs, councillors and stuff who are all in support of this. And it is an essential service that's vitally needed above there. I actually took it upon myself to do a little poll here in Cork after an image was uploaded to the Ballyvalan notice board. I'm just going to pop the image up on screen here for you, but this is the image that was put up there on Ballyvalan notice board. After it says, people be vigilant and know where your kids are tonight. This is what is currently in Boyne Crescent. Needles are used and have blood in them, and I've already turned away 2 groups of young people. Urgent isn't the word. Stay safe out there. It's getting more insane by the day. Which it is. The problem around problematic drug use in our society is getting more and more insane by the day. I think that's the right word to use, because if you look at the definition of insanity from Einstein, it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. So this was posted up there on the 17th of July. So I went ahead and I put up a poll over on the same page, and I asked after the post here the other day, where needles were found in the Boyne Crescent area, I wonder how many people feel about supervised injection centres for people who inject drugs. Would people here prefer it remains on the streets and hope our Gardaí can catch these people, or do people agree with providing a supervised injection centre for people who use drugs? 53 people voted in the poll, 52 of them were for providing a supervised injection centre, and 1 of them only was against. So that's incredible. Like, so you could say over 98%, almost a 99% result there in favour of introducing supervised injection centres in Cork. We had representatives from the Cork Local Drug and Alcohol Task Force, Colette Kelleher, I believe her name was, also coming out calling for the introduction of a centre here in Cork, because there's needles everywhere. That's not the definition of insanity. What is it? So was that not the thing that Albert Einstein said? No, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. But that's how I know it anyway. But anyway, like, this really goes to show like how out of touch our government are with these kind of centres. While look, we passed legislation back in 2016. They're so slow to do it, much like they have been with the medical cannabis access too. So and then we have companies out there as well in Dublin who have no shame in coming out and supporting this decision, which is going to cost lives. This is the Temple Bar Company, and the Temple Bar Company says here that they fully support the decision by the High Courts today to reject planning for a drug injection centre on Merchants Quay. The Temple Bar Company has fought against the establishment of a drug injection centre at this particular location for the past 5 years. So these guys are like against harm reduction measures. These guys would prefer that the drug injection stays on the street. These guys would prefer that people inject their drugs in unsafe environments, unclean environments, and not have access to aftercare either. That's what would be provided by the Merchants Quay Centre there if they had these supervised drug injection centres there. It wouldn't be just come in, shoot up, and off you go again. Like, no, it would be come in, how are you today? Look, would you like something, a cup of tea or something like that? Like, and oh, we noticed you're like, don't inject there into that part. No, you inject into this part. If you're going to inject, it'll be a lot safer. Things like that we could be doing for them. But the Temple Bar Company, in fairness, rightly so, they got completely lambasted. Like, this completely went back against them. Every single comment on their posts was kind of an attack at them. I'll pop it up on screen there now for you, Temple Bar Company's comments and stuff like that. But they really did. They got an awful scalding for what they put up there. In fairness, like, Ian Kerrigan, you were a disgrace. Peter Reynolds coming out against them. Flake of the universe, what's happening? Discussing that you proudly proclaimed that having fought the introduction of harm reduction facilities, seen addicts inject in broad daylight in doorways around Fleet Street just last week. Sickening to think you stand proud while peddling the most dangerous of drugs yourself. And here I fixed the title for you. Surprised I had to change only one word to make my point. This was from the Flake of the Universe correcting it here. Nice job as well, in fairness. Giving addicts a city centre haven to booze up won't work. And yeah, shame on you, Dr. Orla Campbell, Pierce Richmond as well. Nobody supporting them here. Like, completely went against what they. I don't know what they were hoping to achieve. Like, this age-old kind of thing, like hard on drugs. Like, I think that's what they were trying to do. Like, look at us, we're being hard on drugs. Like, we're great, aren't we? Much like the old buddy Sod, he loves to be hard on the drug users as well. But it's ridiculous, when you think of this and what's going on here. Like, this is born out of hate. I can't see this being anything other than being born out of hate. This expression, this passion that this Temple Bar Company have had, that they've fought for 5 years against the introduction of harm reduction measures, that's born out of hate. It makes me want to have a bowl.